OpTic, they got 4th. They managed to make a loser's run all the way to loser's round 5, which Enable predicted they would get eliminated there.
I'm too nice with it.
You were both
Good
right
call.
again, but let's actually peel it back and look at it. How good was the loser's run? They did have a great series against Toronto. Where do you really see them at based off their performance at the major?
I mean, I think they're probably 4th, 5th best team in the game right now. That's where I'd have them. They looked good. I don't want to discredit them because I thought they personally were going to lose to Empire going into it. But I thought if they kind of gain some confidence and momentum, they can make a decent run. But they looked really good. And yeah, they didn't play the best competition. I think the only top team that they played in the major, you could say, is Toronto, which they took the distance. And they could have won that series. But you got to play who's in front of you. And I thought that this was probably their best Call of Duty they played as a team so far in Cold War. So I'm surprised, but then again, I'm not. It's like they're so talented. You just got to kind of put it together. And it seemed like they're maybe starting to. Maybe they're on the right track now.
That's the thing. I don't want to overreact. I try not to overreact too negatively or positively. So their road was just it was easy. But after the LAG match, they annihilated their road. So, right, you can't do anything besides play who's put in front of you. And they played them and they beat them down. Yeah. And that Florida win was pretty dominant and made me happy to watch. And then I was like, all right, now we're going to see like how far they've come because they're playing Toronto. Toronto's going to win this match. Let's just see how easily Toronto wins this match. That was damn close. Like, OpTic should have won that. So that gives me hope for the future. Dashy played really well. Seth started stepping it up. I'm a little bit torn with them because I've seen them do this before where they hit this form where they look really good. They did it in stage 1 and they did it again just over the course of this weekend, but then it just disappears. They're like kind of like how I think about Florida, where when they hit their form, they're disgusting. They have so much talent. Yeah. They have top to bottom, every single player is disgusting, but then they have these consistency problems. This weekend, they had a lot of teamwork. They showed a lot of teamwork. They weren't over-challenging, they were pushing together. So it made it look phenomenal. And then that's why they were able to battle Toronto like they did. They beat them in both hard points. That's not something that anyone expected, even though OpTic has all that talent. Toronto's teamwork usually shines and they get them through those moments. But OpTic did that thing, and then they just went out in a harsh way again. That's just the only way they go out. But the thing is,
they go out with a bang.
Here's the thing: the negative side of me thinks the reason that we say OpTic is 4th or 5th or whatever is because after the clear top 3 teams,
it's pretty close.
Everyone else is like you
don't know.
They're all trending this way. They're all going down this way. We could talk like you'll hear it on the power ranking show, but it's just that's why I have them at 4th. Do I feel like they're that great? I don't.
The thing for me, because I think you're right, is I do want to give them credit. I thought that their teamwork looked very good. But then again, every team that they beat in the major, they're just better than talent-wise, and you saw Dashy had like a 1.4 or something in the major. I don't know if he can consistently do that. That is insane.
No one can consistently do that.
And so I don't know, it's like how do they look maybe if he only had a 1.0 or 1.1, but he played phenomenal. So it's just like, it's so hard to gauge because they do look better, but like you said, they didn't play anyone that great besides Toronto. And
I
they
will
could
say
have won,
though,
but
I mean,
oh yeah, they could have won that. That's what gave me hope was that they played them so close.
Yeah, they played them really close, and I think something that stood out to me was that in Guerrillas, Dallas, Florida, and I think in Toronto, maybe not in Toronto, but at least 3 times, they finally won a round 11 S&D and clutched it. They were 0-5 in their round 11s going into the major, and then you do it 3 times in a row in that loser's bracket run. I think also kind of gave them a lot of that confidence back. And we see how crazy clutch moments like that, especially Dashy, his 1v4, things like that, can kind of smooth over any issues with a team, but it could also be a Band-Aid, which is a concern for me. But it was good to see them finally clutching up on those moments when they just hadn't been able to until then.
And then all of them except for that last one where they played it I think they played that whole map technically better than Toronto, but they just kept making mistake after mistake. And then last round...
Well, and Envoy, the amount of kills he got off flanks and the rounds he won off that...
Yeah,
they should have won that map.
They should have won the map.
that map.